Hey y'all, welcome back. The stitches I wish I learned first. When you're new to crochet, it feels like there's a right order to do things. Like you're supposed to master one stitch before you're allowed to move on to the next. And I used to think that way too. And that's what I did. But looking back, there's a few stitches that I wish I learned earlier. Not because they were harder or more advanced, but because they would have made everything feel so much easier. The first stitch that I wish I learned sooner is the half double crochet. Let me explain. It's simple, but it has this softness to it that makes your projects feel more forgiving. So when I finally learned it, it felt like everything clicked in my brain. That's when I finally realized, oh, each stitch looks a little different in the way that I made it. It was the first stitch that made me feel like I could actually make something that looked intentional. I also wish that I had learned the slip stitch in a way that made sense, not just as a way to join around, but as a stitch with its own purpose. It's one of those stitches that looks boring until you realize how much control it gives you. It's the stitch that lets you slow down, and that is amazing. It's the stitch that helps you to shape things, the stitch that teaches you how to feel the yarn instead of just moving through it. I love slip stitch. Another stitch that I wish that I learned earlier, I'm not going to lie, is the magic ring, the magic circle, whichever it is that you prefer to call it. I avoided it for so long because it was so complicated and I couldn't make my hands work in the way that the magic circle requires. It was complicated in my brain. I thought it was something that only advanced crocheters could use. But once I learned it, it opened up a whole new world. I went from making blankets to finally being able to make amigurumi. Can't show you the whole thing, I'm sorry. Not yet. It made circles cleaner. It made amigurumi, my plushies, easier. It made everything feel more polished. And I remember thinking to myself, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I search for a video that broke down how to make that magic circle sooner than what I did? Like I had looked at a few, don't get me wrong, I had looked at a few videos. None of them clicked. I don't know why, but they just didn't click for my brain. I kid you not, I probably went through 20 different videos until I found the right one that clicked for my brain, that broke down how to move your hands and move your hook to create a magic ring. You guys, I know it seems impossible, but keep looking until you find the right channel that can give you the best possible breakdown of each stitch that you're wanting to learn. Let me say that again in a better way. Continue searching until you find the one person's video that makes it click in your brain how to do whatever stitch it is that you're trying to learn. because everyone teaches things differently. They word things differently. They slow it down. They show step by step. Some don't show it slow enough. Some don't show it, oh, well, you're going to cross it here and you're going to go under this one and above this one and you're going to pull it through. There is someone out there who will break it down the way that your brain needs it to be broken down in order for you to understand it. And that is something I wish I knew in the beginning. Because in the beginning, I thought, okay, here's a tutorial. Let me see. And they were going so fast, I couldn't figure it out. Matter of fact, I could barely see that they were grabbing yarn. It was difficult to see because they went so fast, and that's because they'd been doing it for so long. However, when you are trying to teach someone how to do something, you've got to be able to slow yourself down more than what is probably comfortable for you. Which is why Bee is not a tutorial, okay? I go slow. I still struggle at times. There's no way I can teach you or you how to crochet. I will tell you the stitches that I think are amazing. I will tell you what tools I use. I will be a place you can come to for comfort and understanding when it comes to the fact that the struggle can be real and is real. And I will be your cheering section when you need it, because I think everyone deserves that. But I'm not going to be a tutorial. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I would love to be able to go, oh, here you guys, let's work on XYZ today. And here, this is how you're going to do it. And oh, and don't forget, you need to yarn under instead of yarn over, or you need to yarn over. No, y'all, I'm sorry. Bee's brain don't work that way. And that's fine. Anyway, boy, did I go off on a tangent. Okay, then there's the single crochet, the stitch that everyone learns first. The stitch that feels simple until you realize it's literally the foundation for almost everything. I wish someone had told me that it's okay if your single crochets don't look perfect in the beginning. Mine didn't. Y'all, I would have little loopies that just weren't right, and they would poke out of my work because my tension sucked, and that's okay. That's a beginner issue. In the beginning, when you're starting out, you're going to have those types of problems. It's okay. But you need to understand that even your single crochets are not going to look perfect in the beginning. They're just not. Some will be uneven, they will be tight, they'll be a little bit stressed out. They get better over time. And I wish I'd been more patient with myself when I was learning, because I used to get so frustrated, and I would set the hook down and I would walk away from it. And I told my daughter, I can't do this. I don't know how you learned it. I can't do this. And then I learned it. Because the truth is, there's no perfect order to learn stitches. There's no checklist that you have to follow. You learn what you need when you need it. And sometimes the stitches that you avoid end up being the ones that help the most. So if you're just starting out, or if you've been crocheting a while and you still feel unsure about certain stitches, I hope that this helps you. I hope that it reminds you that learning is not a straight line. It's a slow, gentle process. And every stitch that you learn adds something to your hands, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Muscle memory. Guys, I cannot stress enough how much that muscle memory plays a huge part in what you're doing as a crocheter. Eventually, we all get to the point where we'll be sitting here stitching, but we're watching TV or we're having a full on conversation with someone while we're looking at them. I'm not there yet. I need to see my stitches. That's okay because we all start somewhere. The stitches that I wish that I learned first weren't the hardest ones. They were the ones that make crochet feel like something that I could actually do. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most important part. Until next time, be you, always. Bye, y'all.